people of Pot TV land. I am Marc, Prince of Pot.
Legalize it. Don't criticize it. Legalize it, yeah, yeah, and I will advertise it.
Hi there, Marc Emery back from Prince George. My smokeout yesterday was the 10th city on a summer of legalization tour across 9 provinces in Canada. I didn't make it to Quebec. I'm sorry about that. And Prince George went great. I've been arrested in 6 places so far: Moncton, New Brunswick, St. John's, Newfoundland, Winnipeg, where, by the way, I was in leg irons and handcuffs before the judge, and Regina, Calgary, and Edmonton, where Edmonton, along with Winnipeg, didn't want to let me out, and I barely got out on bail because they said I was obviously a repeat offender and had no respect for the law. And I was saying, marijuana is legal. It's been legal for 2 whole years now. 50,000 people, by the way, got arrested for cannabis charges in 2002, the largest number of cannabis arrests, charges in 1 year in the history of Canada, and it happened while marijuana is actually lawful to possess. So go figure that irony. In the meantime, though, I got arrested 6 times. I did not get arrested in Toronto, Halifax, Charlottetown, and Prince George, British Columbia, where the police ascribed them not arresting me to the fact that they said I would incite a mini riot. I'm not sure what a mini riot is compared to a riot, but a mini riot. And, you know, as if that ever happens at anywhere I've gone. I never encourage bad behavior or argumentative behavior. You know, you've seen the tapes. Calgary and Edmonton are on Pot TV here. Many people filmed me in Prince George, but I did not have someone there, so I have no footage. But other than that, I can tell you that it was a lovely warm day, and all 10 dates on my Summer of Legalization tour, which, by the way, I was on the front page of the Prince George Citizen 2 days in a row. One front page article heralding that I was coming, and one with a beautiful photograph of this 6-inch BC Barmer joint I had especially for the occasion, in a photograph on the front page the next day. And every area except Edmonton, Calgary, but every area in the country, especially Halifax, especially New Brunswick and Charlottetown, and most especially the Telegram newspaper in St. John's, Newfoundland, as well as Regina and Winnipeg, got the story correct. They did repeat that marijuana is legal according to the Ontario Court of Appeal, been suspended, and so the Summer of Legalization tour thus far has been a big success because in 9 out of 10 provinces I've been able to tell people marijuana is legal and explain why and how this is, and create a nationwide discussion because more and more people across the country are aware of this fact. And what's happening is we're having an explosion of cannabis smokeasies opening up in Ontario. There's always this wonderful 300 block on West Hastings where we film Pot TV here and smoke openly on the 300 block in Vancouver. This is how we'd like the rest of the country to be, and ironically, marijuana hasn't been declared officially legal in British Columbia like it has in Ontario, but there's the Hippie Cafe in London, Ontario. There's one opening up in St. Catharines this week as I speak, just opened up. There's 3 in Toronto, 1 opening up in Windsor next week. So there's an explosion of marijuana smokeasy, coffee shops, cafes, you name it, happening across the country, and more power to them. Please get out and support those places. Please and come to the 300 block of West Vancouver, or of West Hastings in Vancouver. In the meantime, Summer of Legalization tour continues next Sunday, Monday, in Kingston, Hamilton, London, Sudbury, and Windsor. And then on August 30th, I'm at Queen's Park in Toronto speaking at Cannabian Day, which is probably the biggest organized festival that's ever been put on in the history of this country. So they're expecting thousands of people to come out, and I hope if you aren't able to get to any of those locations in Ontario for one of my 420 smokeouts, and that's August 26th in London, that's August 29th in Windsor, that's August 25th in Kingston, August 27th in Hamilton, and I forgot one of them. Sudbury is August 28th, and I've never been to Sudbury, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody come on. And I think my hometown of London, Ontario should be the biggest turnout of anywhere on the tour, which was St. John's, Newfoundland so far at 200 people. We had over 100 people in Prince George, which considering the size was pretty amazing. And they're pissed off with the police in Prince George, which is why their own police feared them, I may add, because Prince George police apparently killed someone 2 weeks ago with a Tazer weapon, which is not supposed to kill people, but in fact did, and they're pretty mighty upset about it in Prince George, and they picket the police department every day. So I think the police didn't want any more trouble than they've got. But we burned a big one right in front, and I passed it around to 20 people, and we had a wonderful time in Prince George. Which also I want to tell you, I've decided I really like touring Canada, so come the federal election in April or May or whenever it is, we'll be doing the Cannabus again, Ronald Reagan's old tour bus, which was our tour bus for the 2001 provincial election here in British Columbia. We rented it. It's got DEA symbols, all sorts of weird stuff, you know. And the guy who drives it was Nixon's driver, Ronald Reagan's driver, and Jesse Ventura's driver in the 1996 campaign. All this bus was used in all those campaigns. Got a lot of cool memories. Well, last time it was the Cannabus, and it was popular everywhere we went. And I am going to tour the country in that Cannabus and go to all 10 provinces where we will have candidates in the upcoming federal election for the Marijuana Party of Canada. And Marc, Boris, St. Maurice and myself will be touring Canada in that bus. The Cannabus will be coming to a community near you, and I have decided I love this country, I love touring, and I'm going to be touring for 6 weeks in that election campaign, and we are going to make the biggest splash in the history of electoral politics as far as marijuana policy and parties goes. So anyway, this has inspired me. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody starting August 25th in Kingston, and ending up on August 30th in Toronto at Cannabian Day, rally at Queen's Park, and I'm having a great summer. And come down to Vancouver because it's still the greatest place on earth in the 300 block of West Hastings.